God is within and without. God is within and without. It's the air that we breathe, all we receive. God is within and without.
Hi, this is Kathianne Lewis, and it's time for a faith lift. Ooh, lots going on, and we are down to the stretch of the election. And when I asked my congregation what they needed advice on or how I could build their faith in an area, many of them mentioned the election. Like, how do I pray to rig the election? That's not what they said. But what they meant was, how do I pray so that God will give me the election that I'd like? Or if I don't trust God, how can I get over the fear that I'll get the election that I don't want? And I'm going to recommend a book, and it's The Government of Eden. It's by Joel Goldsmith. For those of you that really want to dive into the mystical growth opportunities of any election cycle, then I encourage you to look at it. I've been reading it and really realizing that oftentimes when we pray for something, we are expecting that if enough of us gang up on God, it will change God's mind so that God can change history. And that's never happened. I mean, if it could happen, and since I'm a really good prayer, I should be, employed by a football organization. But that's not the way it works. The way that it works is that consciousness is cause. And collective consciousness will produce a collective effect. So if we really want to be an influence for the history and the unfoldment of our country, then we need to discover what our values are and make sure that we're living those values, that we are living those values, and that we encourage other people to live those values, and then we encourage our family and friends to vote those values. Because everyone that votes has a value, and they're voting their values. If we really talked instead of accused, if we really talked to one another instead of yelling and screaming and name calling, and I'm not talking about the debates, I'm talking about what I see on Facebook amongst my friends. If we really talked to one another, then we would be living the value of cooperation. It's one of the things that I would love to see more in my country. That means I need to live from that place. Now, here's the other thing about consciousness. Consciousness affects everything else. One of the statements that I learned from my friend, Reverend Sharon, is that a rising tide lifts all the boats. So as consciousness raises up, it affects all of the people that are in that consciousness. As I raise my consciousness and my vibration, then I have an effect on people around me. Maybe that's what we should be praying for. Father, Mother, God within, raise my consciousness and fill me with so much love and cooperation and understanding and the willingness to listen that I raise that vibration within the country that I love. And then we pray for the very best outcome. Oh, now that's a tough one, because we're sure we know what the very best outcome would be. And yet, we get to surrender. So many times, I'm so grateful that my prayer was not answered because there was a better outcome. And it's hard. It's hard to surrender our opinion when it comes to politics. But that is the spiritual way. And it doesn't mean that we don't vote our values. It doesn't mean that we don't campaign for those we are in favor of. It doesn't mean that we don't encourage other people to vote. It doesn't mean that we don't write letters to our senators. So don't go this either or stuff, because that's the very consciousness that our country is having a problem with right now. Either or. Nobody's meeting in the middle. So don't either or this. Imagine that you can be a spiritual person and still be active in the world, but you're doing it from a very high place, and from that place you raise other people up. I imagine a world just like Martin Luther King Jr. imagined a world where he saw that his children and other children could be playing together. I imagine a world where people come together to work out issues. And they come not from their party, but from their heart. So that's my prayer. I pray that we are really on the forefront of a world that works for everyone. Bye for now.
Listen, gather round. I found something that you can use. And if you listen well, I'm here to tell you you cannot lose. A simple song, simple melody, to remind you that you can be the greatest ever, defeated never. Even though sometimes you may lose, oh my, yes you can. You can do anything if you try. Just try. Yes you can. But you have to believe and rely on what you have inside. You can make it through your trials. For your trials will just make you strong. You can do anything. Yes, you can. Teach your children well. It's time to tell them just who they are. Train them as they go. Let them know that they can go far. Oh, sisters and brothers, why do we wait? Tomorrow will just be too late. For love gives the provision. Make the decision. Yes, we can do all things through our faith. Oh my, yes you can. You can do anything if you try. Just try. Yes you can. But you have to believe and rely on what you have inside. You can make it through your trials. For your trials will just make you strong. You can do anything. Yes, you can. Oh, oh, oh. Yes, I can. I can do anything if I try. I gotta try. Just try. I'm gonna try. Yes, I can. But I have to believe and rely on what I have inside. I can make it through my trials. For my trials will just make me strong. I can do anything. Yes, I can. Oh, 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 oh. Let's sing together. Your voice counts.